Hi, my name is Manish Gupta, and in this video, I'm going to talk about the Mistral 7 billion model, which is becoming very popular these days, right? So let's talk about it. Only two things to discuss. What is the architecture for Mistral 7 billion model and how does it perform, right? So maybe I can talk about how does it perform first so as to motivate why Mistral 7 billion is important. It's sort of important because it actually performs better than the best openly available 13 billion parameter Llama 2 model. It also performs better than the best released 34 billion parameter Llama 1 model, for tasks like reasoning, mathematics, and code generation. It is also equivalent in performance, in coding performance of Code Llama 7 billion. So, some of these charts show you those in more detail. So the orange one is Mistral 7 billion, then you have Llama 2 7 billion, Llama 2 13 billion, and also Llama 1 34 billion. So you sort of observe, that the accuracy, and this is basically, accuracy as shown for various kinds of tasks, various kinds of benchmarks, MLU, knowledge, world knowledge benchmark, reasoning benchmark, comprehension, AGI eval, math, big bench, hard benchmark, coding benchmarks, and so on. So over a mixture of these data sets and benchmarks, basically you observe that the Mistral model, Mistral 7 billion, actually is better than the Llama 2 7 billion and the Llama 2 13 billion models, right? So on Llama 1 34 billion, it is actually better on several different things like reasoning, mathematics, and code generation. But well, in some cases, like for example, Big Bench Hard, Llama 1 34 billion is surely better. Okay. Now they don't just have the Mistral 7 billion model, they also have a fine-tuned instruction fine-tuned version of it called Mistral 7 billion instruction fine-tune. Now that model is actually shown to be better than Llama 2 chat 13 billion model. So Llama 2 chat is basically the the instruction fine-tuned version of Llama 2. So if you basically look at the ELO ratings on the chatbot arena, you observe that essentially Mistral 7 billion has a better rating compared to these to all of these Llama 2 and Vicuna and Alpaca checkpoints. Okay. So, in a fun kind of a boxing leaderboard called as the LLM Boxing Leaderboard, the Mistral folks actually compared their model with the Llama 2 model, where openly people can actually just go and see, they basically shown results for particular queries like this. Can you recommend a foundational and accessible book about quantum physics? So whoever visits the visitors to this website are actually shown these two generations or outputs from Mistral 7 billion and Llama 2 7 billion. Of course, this is hidden. So essentially, they are not shown which model generated which output. And then the visitor is supposed to rank which output is better. And on this benchmark, they've observed that so far Mistral 7 billion has actually won so many, while Llama 2 has just won so many. Right. So it's really a open sourced evaluation. So in the sense, whoever wants to visit this website can go and just evaluate and then check how good the model is performing. Okay. So in fact, the model is sort of safe as well. They have actually some nice guardrail in their system prompt, which basically asks the model to always assist with care, respect, and truth, respond with utmost utility, yet securely, avoid harmful, unethical, prejudiced, or negative content, ensure replies promote fairness and positivity. So that way, they're basically also ensuring that the responses generated are safe and the responsible AI. Safe from the responsible AI perspective, right? So here's a small chart showing how does Mistral perform compared to Llama 2 various checkpoints. So they compare on MMLU and on reasoning benchmarks and across three different checkpoints for Llama 2, 7 billion, 13 billion, and 70 billion. Now, if you look at Mistral, which is orange colored, right? Essentially, what you observe is that the Mistral guy is actually better than the 7 billion and 13 billion checkpoints, both for MMLU as well as for reasoning and many other things that they show in the paper in detail, but I've not shown here. But the point is that, of course, it is not as good as Llama 2 70 billion. Llama 2 70 billion, of course, is 70 billion in size and therefore 10x in size and therefore better. But then the nice point is that that Mistral is actually better than even the 13 billion Llama 2 model. Okay, so now that I've talked about how does Mistral perform and why is it important, let's quickly talk about the architecture for Mistral 7 billion. Just one slide. So it more or less follows a transformer decoder architecture. So these models are huge. I mean, 7 billion. I mean, well, not really as large as GPT-3 models or GPT-4 models, but still 7 billion parameters. So it's a 32-layer model. It has a vocabulary size of also 32K. 32K vocabulary size, right? And it has a dimension of 4096. So that's the size of embeddings. It has 32 heads, and it can actually accept a context length of 8192. So that's your max sequence length in that sense. Okay. Now, there are four different interesting things that are a part of Mistral's architecture, which differentiate it from other transformer architectures. The first one is grouped query attention. So grouped query attention essentially, recall that in transformer architecture, you have these QKVs. So grouped query attention essentially just says that, hey, you're going to not have like a QKV specifically for every head, but you're going to sort of share it across heads, right? So that's that. Now, good query attention is a well-known technique used in several other models, and I've covered that in my previous videos as well in detail, right? But the point is that GQA essentially enables these things for Mistral. So it enables high inference speed, low RAM during decoding, therefore high batch sizes, right? And therefore high throughput. So essentially, your inference speed is much faster in that senses. Okay. The other thing that is a part of Mistral 7 billion's architecture is sliding window attention. So recall that transformers basically have the self-attention layer, and basically which is quadratic in nature. So every position sort of attends to every other position. So um, however, however, if you want to basically care about longer max sequence lengths, then essentially you do not want to do this vanilla attention where every position sort of attends to every other position, but you want to do something called as sliding window attention. So what sliding window attention does is basically you have any position attending to a max of W tokens from the previous layer. So so don't attend to everything in the everything in the previous layer, but only attend to the previous W tokens in the previous layer. Okay. So this basically, of course, reduces the overall cost of inference and also for the cost of training, right? But it may seem like the tokens outside the sliding window, or which basically is 3 here, or in some ways, yeah, I mean attending to previous 3 and the current token, so 4 in that senses. But it may seem like the tokens outside the sliding window cannot influence the next word prediction at all, right? But that's not true, because the idea is that at each attention layer, as you see here, the information can move forward by W token. So therefore, even this guy is actually going to impact the token that is going to be produced at this position. Okay. So, and remember, there are 32 layers. So even if you have a window size of just 4, you basically have 32 into 4 tokens can actually easily impact the generation at any time point. But of course, the window size is much larger in the Mistral 7 billion parameter, 7 billion model. Okay. So that's that. So sliding window attention, again, to essentially ensure that longer max sequence lengths can be entertained, right? Prefill and chunking. So essentially, remember that while doing self-attention, you have to compute QKVs. So essentially, but then and typically you have to do for all these transformer decoder models, you have to basically do one by one, because you're decoding one by one. So essentially, when the next token is produced, only then can you use its embedding so as to create QKVs, right? However, in these architectures, of course, the prompt is very well known. So therefore, for the prompt, you can actually prefill the KV cache. You don't need to compute it at runtime. You can actually prefill the key value cache. And then the idea is that if your prompt is too long, you can actually also chunk the prompt into different parts. So therefore, there could be a past part and a cache part and some current part of the prompt. And then if you combine it, if you ensure that your chunk size of the prompt is the same as the window size, in that case, if you're using sliding window attention at any point of time, for each chunk you need to compute attention over the cache. So attention over the cache and over the chunk itself, right? You basically can ignore computing anything over the past chunks. Okay, so that's that. So basically, the main idea is prefill. So essentially, prompt is already known. So therefore, prefill the key value cache in the for the prompt tokens already. Okay. Lastly, rolling buffer cache. So remember, if you're basically doing sliding window attention, the attention values that are computed can be sort of overwritten, and you can maintain a small cache. You don't need to really keep a cache of the size of the max sequence length. Okay. So the idea being that you can actually have a cache of the window size. All of this is actually, by the way, I mean, whether it is prefill or essentially it is rolling cache, they are all motivated by the sliding window attention kind of concept, right? So you have a cache size of size W. So for example, here are 3 different sequences shown, right? And the first sequence was, this is an example, right? This is an example of. So as soon as this comes, you basically compute stuff and you put keys and values and so on here. Is comes, you put them here. This is and, so and goes there. When the word example comes, you basically put it there. And let's say your cache size is 4, right? Now, when the next word off comes in, you basically can get rid of this because your rolling window does not really, I mean, says that there's no need of keys and values for the word this to be stored anymore. And therefore, in the next timestamp, as you observe, this is an example of, so off basically takes this place. And then in the next timestamp, of course, you can actually fill in the next one and so on. Okay. Similarly, if your example was the cat sat on the mat, so the cat sat on comes right there. And then when the word the comes in, again, the cat sat on the mat. So the comes here and then the mat comes there and so on. Okay. Similarly, Mistral is a good example. So if the sequence is just 4 words, then it basically just has Mistral is good. So basically, you don't reuse the cache here, but then for longer sequences, you just reuse basically the same 4-sized cache. Okay. Or whatever is your window size. Okay. In these examples, I've just shown W equal to 4, but your cache size typically in Mistral is much larger. Okay. So that's that. So rolling buffer cache basically just says keys and values for timestamp I are stored in position I mod W of the cache, right? So you basically just have a cache size of size W. Okay. So that's that. So in summary, right, in this video, I talked about Mistral 7 billion parameter model. It has 4 interesting changes with respect to a typical transformer decoder: group query attention, sliding window attention, prefill and chunking, and rolling buffer cache, all of which basically mean that your inference is super fast and also requires much lower RAM. Okay. Performance-wise, Mistral 7 billion is better than Llama 2 13 billion, almost all kinds of benchmarks. It is also better than Llama 1 billion, Llama 1 34 billion model, which is the largest publicly available model across several benchmarks. It is also equivalent in terms of coding performance of Code Llama 7 billion. Lastly, they also have an instruction fine-tuned version, Mistral 7 billion Instruct, which is better than Llama 2 Chat 13 billion model, which is the largest publicly available chat Instruct model. Okay, so that's it. Thank you for watching. Connect with me on my LinkedIn. Look at my research on my homepage. Thank you.